Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Brett Mueller of Ubly Football. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Of course, you apparently was Jersey Day at the school. Of course, celebrating this the state title that you guys won on Saturday against Whiteford in Division 8. What was I know it's been a few days, but what has it been like since Saturday?
Yeah, it's been a truly surreal experience. It feels like something ripped straight out of a movie. Uh, it's just been crazy the events that have happened.
Yeah. What has this season been like for you?
This season, I think this is the most driven that I've seen any team be of the ones that I've been on. I think that we just keep on raising that bar every single year that I've been here. And I think that last year's kind of sour loss really birthed this season because the our seniors, my class, wanted it so badly, and we really, really worked hard to get to where we ended.
Yeah. I mean, just to come up short the last 2 years and knowing that this was coach's last year. And, I know that, he said that it's like, you can't turn back now.
Yeah,
Um, but what was it like to get him the championship he and you guys have always wanted, and to send him out a champion?
yeah, it meant everything. I think that there's not a single kid on our team that would ever speak badly about Eric or any of the past coaches. We've got a really, really great community. Our coaches tend to always stick around. We love our coaches, they love us. We've just got a really, really tight knit family at Ubly. And you'll see a lot of past coaches that'll be up in the press box helping out the current ones. It's really just generations of coaches
Yeah.
always helping out.
Yeah. What is, for people that don't know, where is Ubley?
So Ubly is up in the thumb of Michigan. It's a big farming area, a lot of cornfields and telephone poles up here.
Yeah. What's it just like to see the whole, I mean, the town come out to a game? What's a game like in Ubly?
Yeah, especially those rivalry games, they can get really rowdy. Our rivals, Harbor Beach, they won a state championship a while back, many years back, but we've always had a really fun rivalry between them. Yeah, the games, they're really fun. I think that a lot of the kids around here like coming to them just because, limited entertainment, and they're always fun games to watch. Just the physicality, teams are always at each other's throats around here.
Yeah. To know that, let's talk about you for a second. You've had a pretty good year yourself. Remind everybody, or let everybody know, for people that don't follow Ubley too closely, what position you play.
So I was the previous 2 years just the kicker and punter, and I handled all the specialist stuff like that. But this year, just because of a bit of a numbers issue, I took over the position at tight end, and yeah, just been playing tight end, having some fun there.
So, obviously, what was that like for you, just to go out there and block and stuff?
Yeah, being a tight end, it wasn't my first choice. I thought that I'd been training the entire off season, putting on a lot of pounds of muscle, getting ready to be a running back because I thought that that's what the coaches wanted and needed. But came to the first summer workout and they told me that I'd make for a great tight end. And I always trust my coaches. I think that they always know what's best, and in this case, they really did. They hit the nail on the head. Tight end worked out perfectly for me.
To going into the season, to go undefeated. What was that like, just to come over? Like, I know the last 2 years was not the you've won all these games, and obviously, guys came up short in the championship game, but to come away with all the wins that you've had, and to go perfect on the year, what does that mean?
Yeah, it's just the culmination of a lot of hard work of a lot of people, coaches, the assistant coaches, JV players, varsity players. I mean, our JV has it rough. When I tell you that they get beat up quite a bit, it's a real hardening cycle because our JV is always our scout team against the varsity, so that's how they get toughened up. That's why our varsity is always so good because we've had so many kids that have really been through it and they can hold their own against varsity when they were younger, so they're a lot better when they're at varsity level.
Okay. So take me through like the day of like the game, getting there, getting down to Ford Field, and I'm pretty sure you guys all went the night before and all that stuff. What
Mhm.
just kind of take me through that day from your perspective.
Yeah, so on Friday we had a team breakfast over at one of the seniors' houses. Then we hopped on a bus, went to the Legacy Center up in Lakers, which is like 30 minutes from us. They've got a really nice facility there that they were really, really nice to let us use in preparation for Ford Field. Then after a walkthrough practice, we headed down to the hotel and we ate at Red Robin, went back to the hotel, and yeah, definitely a rough night of sleep. It was tough to get to bed, just knowing that what you had the next morning. Because I mean, we were waking up earlier than we would even for school just to get to this game. It was a really cool experience. It's those nerves that you really never feel anywhere else. But yeah, morning of the game, that was rough as well. I was looking at foods that I normally love, and I was just making me nauseous because it's just really tight up there. Um, it was just a super cool experience. That nervousness, I think that it really helps out. Let me perform and the rest of our team perform the best.
Yeah. Um, to to go in, what was your favorite moment from this season? Obviously, with the exception of winning the state championship.
Yeah, I think that our favorite moment it would actually be the semifinals because that team that we played, Beale City, in the previous 3 years, we had lost to them, or not previous three, but we have quite a history with Beale City. We've faced them twice before this year in the semifinals, and both times lost in one score games. One of them being by 1 point. It was 21-20. So it just really, really meant a lot to not only our team to beat them, but those seniors that have already graduated. It was just very satisfying.
Yeah. Um, to do against the team that you beat last year. No, what was it like just after after winning the state title, coming home? What was it like when you got back home?
Yeah, just a lot of uh, crowds, parades. We had like every fire department within a 50-mile radius in a line. We had a escort from like 30 minutes outside of town. It was awesome. Just the whole community, they really came together. Like I said, we have a lot of rivalries around here, but it's when one team makes it as far as we did, it's always the whole thumb at that point. We really support each other. Everybody kind of puts aside everything and just comes together to root on one team.
I must ask this question. Has the championship rings discussion came up yet?
Yeah, there's been quite a bit of discussion about that. I think that we're still ironing out the details. We're not really sure how that's going to work. I don't know if the school is paying for it or if we are. Kind of gotten mixed answers so far, but we're pretty excited for them.
Yeah. The it's just to get that and to know and look at that. What's it going to be like to get one of those things?
Yeah, just that ring. It's just so cool to have the culmination of such a large period of my life and a lot of my work and our team's work just put towards something and having I think it's more than a trophy. I'd rather have a ring than a trophy. I think it's really really cool. It just means everything really to have all of that symbolized in something.
Obviously every senior wants to end his season the way that you did with the championship. To know that now that you have one, what has it just been like to be a part of, this program and to know that, this is kind of the best way to go out.
Yeah, I've had a crazy experience with this program. I came from a background of soccer and a lot of non-contact sports. I was never really a contact guy, but started playing football, and 2 years in, I pretty much pulled a 180, and I was willing to get on those front lines and do some of that blocking, hitting, and I've started really enjoying it. So it's just been a really, really cool experience just and growing with not only myself but my teammates.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you this. I always ask seniors this question. What does football mean to you?
Football is everything to me, honestly. I never thought that I'd be saying that. I used to not be a football guy at all. In fact, in third grade, I played it for 1 year and I quit because I hated it so much. But it's turned out to be one of the biggest things in my life. It's what I want to do when I get into college. Um, I just have a huge passion for it. I love watching the NFL. I love watching college games. Uh, yeah, it's just everything.
Okay. How's okay, favorite college team, favorite NFL team?
Oh, that one's tough. I think for favorite college team right now, gonna have to go with U of M. I think that they've got an awesome thing going right now with JJ McCarthy. Beating Ohio State is awesome for them. And NFL team, I'm gonna go with our Lions as well. It's really really cool just to be able to play on their field, and they're finally getting things picked up. So it's awesome.
That's pretty cool. Um, what's next for you, Brett?
Next, right now I'm currently in the recruiting process, so still kind of ironing out where I'm gonna be at that next level. I do know that I want to play at the next level, so it's kind of just figuring out where I want to end up. And then once I've written out football and gotten that all out, I'm gonna be going into the Michigan State Police.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What made you decide you want to be an officer?
Uh, I've just always had a love for helping people, really. I've always been really good at following rules as well. Yeah, I've always been more of a boring kid because I'm so good at following rules. Yeah, I just we have a tech center around here. We have a tech center, and I do a law and public safety program. And I've had some mentors, like even a kicking coach is a Michigan State police officer. He's had a big influence on me. Been a great mentor. Other Mr. Swartz, he's my current law instructor, and love him to death. He's been a fantastic mentor for me as well.
Absolutely. Um, what will you miss about high school football?
High school football, I mean, I think that just the simple times of it, I'm sure that I'm going to look back on and think like, man, when the worst part of my day was going to practice and those paydays of the games, it's going to be really, really fond memories. It's one of those things that I just wouldn't give it up for anything. There's nothing that I would rather do.
Yeah. All right. Well, Brett, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck and in the next congrats on a great season and best of luck in college. We'll definitely talk to you soon.
All right, I appreciate it. You have a good one.